Well, hello. Welcome to the 10-1, where the work is hard and the paper is soft. Today I have my video comrade, Mr. Jordan Avery.
How's it going, Johnny?
Good, thanks for joining me.
Of course.
And welcome back.
Thank you. It's been a while.
Back. It has been. Season 3. Wow.
Season 3.
I'm pumped.
I'm surprised we made it 2 seasons.
Hey, we've gotten a little bit of an upgrade since then.
I know, look at this. Look at us. We're making it. What are we talking about today, Johnny?
Today, well, first I wanted to thank you for joining me on this bathroom break.
Of course.
I really appreciate it. But today we are talking about testimonial videos. Now, Jordan, we should probably start off by defining what that is.
Yeah. When I hear testimonial videos, I mean, let's start with what is a testimonial video? I would say a testimonial video is obviously a video of someone giving their authentic, honest experience of using a product or service and just telling us what they thought, their experience, anything that's the key part is it being authentic.
Yes.
Like,
and that can be good or bad.
Yeah.
But preferably we want good.
You prefer it to be a good testimony.
Yeah. Awesome. So I feel like we need to come up with some criteria because today I have 4 example videos that we're going to show all of you. And I'm going to show Jordan. He's never seen these videos before. Of different companies that have done testimonial videos in different ways. So Jordan, you mentioned authenticity in your definition.
Yes.
So I feel like that should be...
Yeah, I think people can tell when a testimonial is authentic or not, if they're telling the truth or if they're just making stuff up.
So authentic, is it authentic? Is it relevant?
Yeah, relevant's good because you don't want the same testimonial, and if people can tell it's from, the 1990s, like, that's not relevant. They want updated information and updated testimonials.
Right, because their product or service could have been good 10 years ago, but I want to know right now, is it still good?
Exactly. I don't need a testimonial for Windows 98.
All right, so we've got authentic, relevant, how about creativity?
Yeah, I think a creative testimonial will stand out above, a simple, maybe talking head just telling a story. But I will say, if the story's just good enough, if the person is being authentic enough about the impact that they've experienced, then I think that's all the creativity you need.
I like that, yeah. Okay, how about, does it help the viewer make a decision?
Yeah, I think that's the last good criteria, because ultimately what you're putting these testimonial videos out for is to get people to sell or to use your experience, use your product, buy what you're selling. It's a marketing technique. I mean, people want to, if there's a product that has impacted someone's life, more people should use this product. That's the ultimate goal of a testimonial video.
I agree. Awesome. So we have our criteria. Is it authentic? Is it relevant? Is it creative? And does it help the viewer make a decision? All right. So we're going to play the first video, and we'll see what you think, Jordan.
All right.
I'm the manager of Airport Customer Service Learning, Design, Delivery, and Compliance for Delta Airlines. Delta uses Zoom as a means of one-to-many reach for training initiatives that need a quick turnaround time and allow us to go globally. When you're talking about the global airline industry, there are factors that have to do with moving people safely and securely, moving aircraft, fuel prices, staffing, weather, and it's difficult to take those many variables, put them into a comprehensive, static type of package, such as traditional e-learning, and make a turn time that will meet the needs of the organization. We love that Zoom is the easiest thing in the world to use. You can do it on your PC, on your tablet, or on your mobile phone. I will tell you that Zoom is light years ahead of the products that currently exist in other parts of the company. this modality is far more interactive and engaging in reaching the people the way that we need to. And the green screen effect of having whatever type of backdrop we want, which in our case is a very fancy first-class cabin, really captures people's attention. And in many cases, they've asked us if we were actually hosting it from an airplane. That's how good it's been. We're constantly thinking of new ways to solve company problems that we never realized there were solutions for before because this option wasn't available. The bottom line for us is we need to do as much as possible, as effectively as possible, with as few resources as possible. And that's what Zoom allows us to do.
Okay, interesting. Where did you find that?
Lots of digging.
Okay, I was going to say, I was like, I hope that's not a current Zoom testimonial.
It's not. It's
okay.
not.
It's probably when they were. Is this
I
pre-pandemic?
I think this.
It seems
I think
pre-pandemic.
this was a year before the pandemic.
Okay, back when Zoom was an
And then
unknown entity.
Well, yeah, and then after the pandemic, they're like, oh,
We got to up
we
our,
gotta step
up our
this up.
testimonials. Okay, yeah. That first thing right off the bat is I want to see what the product is doing for him
visually. Yeah.
He told us a lot about it, but there wasn't visuals to show. Like when he said green screen effect, like what?
Yeah, you want
I want
to
to
see
see
what
that.
that is.
I want to see what that is.
Yeah.
So I would say that's a testimonial that feels unfinished to me.
Yeah. So creatively, I mean,
Yeah.
what did you think of like the gray background? And,
A little boring, a
yeah.
little off brand. This guy's from Delta. Like let's see Delta. Let's
go in an airport.
Let's go in an airport. I want to. People know Delta Airlines, and they know that how big of a company it is. But
Yeah.
we've all had an experience flying. Obviously, we don't do this man's job, but we have a connection with. Oh, he's Delta. We know what Delta is.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can say that this testimonial is not the greatest.
So creatively,
Poor. Kind of
Not
got
very
bored
well
a little bit.
authentic.
He probably is being authentic, but I think the lack of visuals does not help because he's just talking. We're just seeing him.
Right.
There's really not an emotional aspect to it.
He didn't even really seem
He didn't seem
excited,
excited
like,
about
or
it.
passionate.
He was just kind of listing some things that Zoom helps them with.
Yeah. Relevancy. We know this is an older
Video.
Zoom
So.
testimonial video. We'll give it a pass on that.
Yep.
Does it help the viewer make a decision?
I would say no, because I think as a viewer, you want to see the product, especially if you're selling a product or service. Like you want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily get that from this testimonial, so I think that it could be lost that they're trying to sell a product here.
Right. All right. So not a great start, but
No, hopefully they get better.
We'll take a look at the second one here.
All right.
The second one is Monday.com.
Monday.com. We use Monday.
We use it, so let's see.
Before we were using Monday.com, our team was drowning in work. Our days used to split between work and managing work, but Monday.com just took care of all of the management, so we could simply focus on the work itself. As soon as we started, we were building and running workflows that made it really easy for us to work together. It's such a visual platform, you wouldn't believe it. You immediately get a sense of where everything stands. Anything from everyday teamwork to processes that cross departments. Like, for example, the team is far more efficient now that they're automatically notified at each stage of the process. Cuts out a lot of those sync meetings, because now we're all in sync. I mean, yeah, we're that efficient with Monday.com.
Was this guy a paid actor? Like, I don't know. That first problem, I don't know if that's a real company. It felt inauthentic to me.
I feel the same way. It's like the authenticity of like a real person who actually uses Monday.
Like, was this guy being paid to say these things? That's my initial reaction of like cool visuals and everything.
Did it mention the company he
I
owns or works for?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't really talk about.
Right, so you don't know if it's
You don't
a
know.
real.
He's just making generic statements that you could probably find on Monday's website.
Right.
So, from an authenticity standpoint, it might be worse than Delta.
Oh shoot.
Or sorry, not
Oh,
Delta.
well, yeah,
might be worse than the Zoom one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Um,
All right, what about, is it relevant?
From a relevant standpoint, I think it's up to date. It's modern. People understand what's going on. It's fresh. It's in the minds. It's the workforce environment. Like, people understand that. If you're looking for Monday, you understand, I think, what they're going for.
Yeah,
If you're looking to use Monday, I think you get it.
yeah, definitely. Creativity.
Love the graphics.
Yes,
Love
cool
the graphics.
animations.
Cool animations. So I think from a creativity standpoint, I like it.
But
The
is
story.
having cool animations enough?
I think they tried to
For a
hide
business.
the fact that we have no idea who this person is. I mean, every shot looked like it was in a studio
Yeah,
and not a real office.
for sure.
So I would say that from a creative standpoint, the visual, the graphics were great. Story, on the other hand, not great.
Yeah.
So-
Does it help the viewer make a decision though?
I think if you're searching for Monday, it might give you some insight into some features. But I don't think I can put myself in the shoes of that person being like, oh, my business is going through something similar, because he doesn't tell us anything that
Right, because
would relate to us.
there's 100 Mondays.
Yeah,
they
it's
do
just
this
a scheduling
other.
thing.
Yeah, they
Like-
do the same thing.
Project tracker.
So how are you going to stand out? You know,
Yeah.
is what they did enough to stand out? Is like, you need us to help organize your business, and
I wanted concrete examples, not vague statements.
yeah, maybe like start with an actual company, show how they were disorganized,
Yes.
and then see the transformation.
And this is where I think in a testimonial video you can get detailed. I want to know, okay, we have a project that involved 5 people. It took us 3 months to organize it. But with Monday, it's taking us 2 weeks. You know, like
Yep.
those kinds of examples. People want to know those things.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I still like Monday. It's good.
I
Right.
do like Monday.
Work on their testimonials.
Sweet. So we'll move on to the third video. This is QuickBooks,
QuickBooks.
something we also use.
All right, we use
Here at
QuickBooks.
Kaizen.
We use QuickBooks. I think a lot of people use QuickBooks.
Yeah. All right, we'll see how they did. This is pretty recent.
Recent.
Within
Okay.
the last year.
Cool.
The reason that I chose to start Italian Twine was being a consumer of watches, you want to feel noticed, you want to feel seen, and nobody in watch ads looked like me. And I thought that represented an opportunity to make something that people can wear and be proud of and feel like they're being represented. One of the first roadblocks that we ran into was running out of inventory. And when you talk to people, they're like, oh, this is a great problem to have. No, it's not. It's not a great problem to have because I don't have anything to sell. And it hurts the brand when people come to your site and you don't have product.
Initially, it was just putting things in a spreadsheet. I was doing inventory in a spreadsheet. I was updating spreadsheets that wasn't real time, and we couldn't trust where we are at any given time with our inventory. How about these light blue teal ones?
I know they've been there for a while.
Now, QuickBooks Commerce gives us the opportunity to see real time where our inventory is. And from a fulfillment perspective, it ensures that we have the right products to fit our customers' needs. Someone buys an order on Shopify, in real time, we'll see that deducted from our inventory. I can also see how we look once our purchase orders are gonna come in the future.
Because we know now about how much inventory we need, it allows us to make more informed decisions and to have a year that's better planned out.
We're just now starting to get into wholesale. It's allowed me to even have those conversations. So before we couldn't have the conversations because we didn't have control of our inventory. Now we have control of our inventory, we can at least set that sales channel up. Now I can vertically or horizontally scale with QuickBooks Commerce, and it's already there. I don't have to implement anything new.
Our goal is to show everyday people doing extraordinary things. And so our whole mission at Tally & Twine is to inspire you to be the best version of you and to create that community and sense of family around you.
Okay, QuickBooks. Okay, that was pretty good. I'll lead off with this. You immediately know what business this man is doing.
Yep.
And I like the story arc of this was our problem, QuickBooks solved this. To me, I think it might have been a little too heavy-handed on the QuickBooks when they got into like that inventory management.
They kept repeating inventory.
They kept repeating some of the QuickBooks, but yeah, it didn't bother me too much.
But like on the other side of that, if I'm a new business owner,
exactly,
and I'm like, oh, I'm
some
right
features.
there. I understand, like
Exactly.
inventory. I'm struggling with that, and
Yep.
oh, QuickBooks can help me.
Yep. I think that was I just touched the mic. I think that was a good example of a good testimonial. I think there was enough relevancy for business owners, for people to see that and connect with that man and what everyday business looks like.
And you can tell they're not actors.
And you can tell they're not actors, and you can tell it's authentic because it was actually their problem that QuickBooks helped solve.
And you can tell it's not scripted either.
Oh yeah.
Because I think they were repeating a lot of the same things. They weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't perfect communicators.
Obviously, there was things that QuickBooks wanted to touch on that we needed to hit along the way, but that's marketing, you know.
Yep.
And to do it tastefully, I think that's what they accomplished there.
Yeah, it's almost like you don't have to make it so polished
Mm-hmm.
in a way. Like
Mhm.
it by doing that, like we as the audience can tell that it's one authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And two, we connect with these real people who have a real business, who have real problems,
Mm-hmm.
and we can see QuickBooks helps you solve those problems.
From a creative standpoint, I think that they did a good job. You know, showing the workplace, showing interaction between customers, between business partners.
Mm-hmm.
I think that worked.
Is there anything they could have added, do you think?
I don't know, maybe an end user for their watches. I feel like their customer. I know that's not what QuickBooks is going for, but maybe seeing that full cycle of, because QuickBooks, our customers are impacted more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just a 10-second brainstorm right there.
What did you think of the length?
They probably could have cut 30 seconds off of it, but I mean, in
About the
order to
same
get
way.
all of the features that they needed
Right,
in that
yeah.
testimony, I think it wasn't too long.
Yeah. I mean, maybe some graphics, because in the middle they mentioned the name QuickBooks Commerce. And I was like, oh, wait, is this like a separate thing?
Yeah,
How is this
a little
connected
clarity.
to QuickBooks? But in terms of a good testimonial video, let's see how long this one was.
The reason that I chose to start
Okay, that was just over 2 minutes. So what would you say is a good time length?
I think it depends on the story. I think the impact of the story, if it's a medical device and someone needs to tell a story of how it, saved their life or solved their issues, maybe it's a little longer. But
Yeah, because they have to tell their
They
story
gotta tell
and
the
then
story.
talk about the product.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Cool. So I feel like we covered
Yeah, those are
covered that video.
that was a good one.
Okay. The fourth and final one. I'm really curious
Okay.
what you think of this one.
All right.
It's the Rocky Mountaineers.
I wonder what that is.
All right, you're about to find out.
Okay, describe to me the experience of the Rocky Mountaineer.
Gosh. It's
It's hard to describe the feeling aboard Canada's Rocky Mountaineer. Experience it for yourself. Visit RockyMountaineer.com.
All right, Johnny, when are we going? That's awesome.
That's how I feel.
That was
Like,
awesome.
I want to ride that train.
What a great example of creativity in a customer testimonial.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Let's actually go on the train
yeah,
and just talk to the people on the train.
exactly. The authenticity that you get from the people is you can't fake that.
No,
So
there's no way.
oozes authenticity. The thing I liked about it too is when you're a little curious about what the product is,
Right.
right? Like you got it a little bit in, like halfway through, you're like, okay, these people are obviously on a train.
Yeah.
So like I'm wondering,
But you're like, oh, I want to see this train.
and
Like,
then
what-
the shot of the drone shot of the train on the
On the
bridge
bridge.
there, you're like, oh, it is a train.
Mhm.
That's cool. Loved that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely like one of my favorites I've ever seen. And it didn't have to say
They didn't
a
have to say anything.
word. It didn't say anything, and it's like it wasn't too long either,
No, not at all. It was great.
and it didn't need to be any longer. It showed, had its moment of showing beautiful shots, and
If I had to critique it, since we are critiquing
Yeah.
it, I
Go
wouldn't, but if I had to, I would say I would love to have heard some more people finally answer the question.
yeah,
You
like
know?
at the end.
Like have
Of-
someone say something authentic, because you know everybody answered that question in a way.
Yeah.
Like they just took the thinking process,
Yeah.
which is all really, really neat. But like I would have loved to have circle back to those people, some of those people, maybe one person that just had a stellar statement.
And then cut
Yeah.
to the beautiful drone shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But well done, Rocky Mountaineer. Yeah, so overall, looking at all these videos, what can a business really take from all of this? Not every business is a train and can show amazing.
They're not every business is
scenes.
trained.
But what can they take away from it?
I think it boils down to you need to find out what your service or product does for people, because you're obviously passionate about the thing that you do and the impact that you make, whether that be a product or a service. If you can capture what it means to others and why people use you or your product in a creative, authentic way,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I think makes the most impact.
Yep. I would add also too, focus on a story.
Yeah.
One of our clients, Stryker, we've done some testimonial videos for them, and what I love is they barely show or mention their product.
Yeah.
It's just
It's the story.
It's the story, and then you're in it. You're in that story. You're emotionally attached, and you know what the product is.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Even though it's not really shown all that much. But yeah, focus on the story you want to tell, and yeah, like you said, do it in an authentic way. That's the crucial part. So awesome. Yeah.
Thanks for that little trip through the good and the bad of testimonials.
Yeah. It was fun watching these, and just getting your reaction.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah,
for joining
absolutely.
me.
Always a pleasure.
I guess it's time to end this bathroom break and get back to work.
It's been a long one.
This has been the longest bathroom break we've done.
We won't tell Dan.